test results just came in.
No. Stop it.
Do I open it?
You go first.
They sent me yours first.
No! Okay,
Do
let
I
me
open
hear
it?
it. Let me hear it.
What?
No, what's that mean?
Swab results. SARS-CoV-2 RNA not detected.
Yay!
Let me check mine too.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't get too excited yet because I'm staying if you're positive. Okay, bring us home.
SARS-CoV-2 RNA not detected.
Yay!
Now we can go out.
This is a District Line train to Ealing Broadway. This is Aldgate East.
We had to come to probably the biggest tourist attraction here in London. That is Big Ben, also known as Elizabeth Tower. It is on the north side of Westminster Palace, which is right behind me, to your left, to my right. So this is Westminster Palace, and this is the main clock tower. So a couple really significant things about this clock tower. First of all, they claim to be the most accurate clock in the world. So every time it strikes on the hour, it is the most accurate clock you're going to find in the entire world. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they claim. It's been under construction for a while. So they completed construction way back in 1859, but turns out they actually didn't do a good enough job the first time. They're redoing the facade. So as you can see, there's definitely a little bit of scaffolding just a little bit below the clock face. And I actually was here back in 2014, and I do remember seeing, you know, the clock face and everything for the first time. You can tell it's a little bit sharper. The gold around the face is a little bit more shiny. So they definitely, whatever they did, it looks a lot better. And I think it's just, you know, the weather of London, the constant rain, the cold weather, it probably just over time took its toll on Big Ben. The entire building, including the Palace of Westminster, has been here for quite some time. It's also a great bridge because on the other side of me, to my left, to your right, there's a really great view of the London Eye, which is the Ferris wheel that's right on the River Thames here. It's not running right now. Actually, it is running. It wasn't running when we came out of the train, but it is running now. Apparently, I've never actually been up in the London Eye, but apparently it's some of the greatest views you'll see of the river. So this is one of the main bridges that tourists come to just because of Big Ben, because of the palace, and because of the London Eye. You can basically see it all. So one of my favorite things about Big Ben and the Westminster Palace, and really this whole area around here, is the Gothic architecture, because especially back in the States, we just don't see a lot of Gothic architecture anymore. You can really notice it by the spires on the top of the building. That's kind of a signature among Gothic architecture. And with Big Ben and the Westminster Palace, if you look really closely, all of those spires on the top of the building are gold. And when there's a sunny day, today's not really a sunny day unfortunately, but when you have a sunny day, probably more in the spring and summertime, those gold spires really glint in the sunlight. It's really cool. So here we have Sir Winston. Some people left some flowers for him, and someone left an empty Corona bottle to
pour one out for my guy.
pour one out for Sir Winston.
Max is broken in British property on his second day here.
I don't know why it won't close.
I don't know if it's COVID or what, but it's not like overcrowded, I'd say.
Not at all.
Not even the touristy spots. Like,
And it's also a Tuesday in the afternoon, but even like when we got here, which is a Saturday or Sunday, it's not that crowded.
and do you suppose it's COVID or it's just like off peak?
It's probably a combination of the both, but I would say it's more so just the not peak time, because who really goes to London in January? I think that there's just not a lot of tourists at this time.
Except us.
So now we're at Buckingham Palace, which is one of Sydney's favorite buildings in the world. We came here to give our kind regards to the Queen, but as you can see, the Union Jack is flying, which means that she's actually not here. So I think we're gonna come back another day, maybe time it out for the changing of the guard.
got off the tube at Tower Hill and we're hoping to find the bridge. There's a beefy there.
Oh, Sid, that's the White Tower right there. So the White Tower was built by William the Conqueror in 1066 after he took the throne of England. So just think about that, 1066, and our country wasn't even founded until 1776. This dominated the British skyline for a long time, or the London skyline, I should say. Just the fact that London has so much old architecture just kind of paired with all of the new architecture that's been built in the last 20 years. The White Tower that we mentioned before, built in 1066 by William the Conqueror, it's still here, 1066. And then we go right across the river and we see the Shard, which is London's tallest skyscraper. We can also see most of the financial district in the background. You can see the walkie-talkie, as they call it, the Gherkin. That's where all of the big finance offices are in London. So you can see just this cool kind of juxtaposition between the old and the new, and the really old and the really new at that.
So right here's the North Bank. We're gonna walk across the bridge to the South Bank next.